Well, here we are. Playoffs continue with the winner bracket final, and we have the Saboteurs, who crushed through their semifinal, going up against the Akatsuki, who had one of the most insane Meta Madness series that I have seen in a long, long time against the Raiders. Absolutely unbelievable best of 5. If you haven't watched it yet, do yourself a favor and go back and watch the Akatsuki against the Raiders, because it was just bananas. Absolutely crazy. Now we're heading into another best of 5, obviously, and our starting map this time is Haunted Mines. So we have 22 heroes that are pre-banned in the playoffs, and every hero can only be played once within a series. Now sometimes there's people coming in and are asking like, hey, why are there so many pre-bans? Like, are they all broken? No, it's not why we're banning heroes. Basically, Meta Madness is a tournament format that I came up with like 7, 8, 9 years ago that is fully designed to break the meta, to show heroes that are normally not being played while still trying to maintain the competitive spirit. So you have pre-bans and every hero can only be played once. That guarantees that as the match progresses, less heroes are available. And yeah, this obviously creates some insane games, makes it quite fun for the players, for the audience as well. And this is what we're doing at the end of the day. One of the things that we're also doing in this tournament right now is that the starting map in best of 5 matches is always predetermined. So in the semifinals in the winner bracket, we had Warhead Junction as our starting map. Now that we're heading into the winner bracket final, we have Haunted Mines as the starting map. So just to give you guys also some maps that you normally don't get to see. They're technically not part of the map pool, but they're still getting played here. As we are in the playoffs, it also means that the teams are now fighting for the $2,000 prize pool. As I explained before, I'm sponsoring the entire tournament myself this time, so I put up the prize pool and everything else for this event, since we don't have a big name sponsor. So towards the end here now, with Christmas, New Year's and everything, a bit of a tournament for the community that you guys can enjoy. We get a ban on Illidan. I mean, yeah, you go up against Darkmog and you know that Darkmog loves to play Illidan. That's one of the main reasons why he was banned so many times. Kerrigan gets banned as well. This is still a bit tame compared to what we saw in the previous match, but it's also only game number 1, so we'll see how this progresses. I would say the Saboteurs are probably the favorite, but it's not like the Akatsuki haven't won against them. So, time will tell who goes to the grand final and who drops down into the losers bracket. Imperius as a first pick. Alright. I did not see that coming. Not a bad choice by any means. You can play him as a main tank, you can play him as a side laner, but personally I didn't really think that Imperius would get played right away now. With Haunted Mines is always a bit of a question mark on what you're actually going to do here. Once that the mines are opening up and you have like 2 levels that you can go through, what are the players going to focus on? This is one of the reasons why Sylvanas is banned out. I mean, obviously she is insane to begin with, but also on this map she gets even more value because you can just fully ignore the objective and just push down one of the lanes. We get Stukov and Varian, so the game plan has already been revealed for the Akatsuki. They're going to try and go for a sniper comp. They're going to try and come in, just taunt the target, put the lurking arm on, and then just blow it to Kingdom Come. Maybe with Jaina, we'll see. But this is something that the Saboteurs have done a lot, and I guess it essentially takes also one hero away from Benny. And damn, they're going Imperius and Arthas here now, plus Malfurion. So Arthas already played in game number 1. I honestly wonder if this is specifically because it's Haunted Mines and they're going to play Syndragosa here and try to empower the Golem even more. That could definitely be the approach that they're taking here. So yes, very, very curious what Arthas is going to do on level 10. Very curious. I think that makes the most sense, and that would also explain Imperius in that spot. They could play with a triple front line too, depending on what Dino is going to pick. But that is going to make it very interesting. So let's see. Ultralisk might pick last, but they go for Tychus. And they are gonna get on top of that Leoric. Alright, so Leo, Varian, Tychus to burn the target down, can get the bigger they are, so whenever that taunt combo comes out, he can chunk them down initially, but he needs somebody else, of course, to help him kill them then, for good. And yeah, over on the blue team side, now the double pick. Hazo, Ops and Dino, the final 2. Triple frontline, kinda likely, I guess. but it depends a bit on what Dino's choice is for range damage. Game number 1. Chen and Khaldor. His Khaldor was banned against him in one of the previous games, and now they're just sieging up fully with Arthur's, likely Sindragosa, Khaldor for Dino. It's getting wild already. Okay, wild first game on Haunted Mines between the Saboteurs and the Akatsuki. Sonya, the final pick for the red team. Guys, let's go. Game number 1 in the best of 5 series here at the winner bracket final. Our map is Haunted Mines. Haunted Mines, our first map with the Saboteurs on the left in blue. The best of 5 series kicks off with Dino on Khaldor. We have Rutsu on Imperius. Hazops is playing Chen, Yasuo on Malfurion, and Bad Benny is playing Arthurs for the blue team. On the right side of the map, the Akatsuki with Ultralisk on Leoric. We have Masquerade playing Varian, Darkmog on Sonya, Banana Age with a Lurking Arm build with a low blow on level 1 is playing Stukov. And we get Skog with Tychus going for the traditional grenade build. And with that, we're off to the races. So, who's pulling ahead here? Who takes the lead? Who takes game number 1? How many maps are we getting out of this series? This is another 5-mapper. Are the Saboteurs able to take down the opponent? The Akatsuki just warmed up after the winner bracket semifinal and ready to rock and roll over here. Or how will this play out? Time will tell, and we're going to keep an eye on it. For now, of course, it's all about the 2 lanes. After 2.5 minutes, we're going to slowly get started with the lower tier of the mines. And I really want to see what happens once that we go to level 10. I want to see if it's Sindragosa indeed. Also, Dino, he needs to be stacking. He needs to get this baseline quest completed. This is one of the most important things when you're playing Khaldor. You're trying to get all of that extra damage unleashed. And right now, they're not only starting to unleash some damage, they are also starting to come in with some early kills. 1 kill for the blue team. They're hoping to get a second one against Leoric, but not yet. Arthur's is a bit low, and so is Imperius. I mean, both of the frontliners have taken tons of damage here, but Dino is also getting stacks together and is sitting now at 7 stacks for the baseline. It's not too bad for a 1-minute game. So Dino has been crushing it in some of his Khaldor games already in qualifiers. And by the way, in case that this wasn't obvious, teams were actually scrimming for Meta Madness as well. So you had some teams that were scrimming, that were preparing, that were trying to experiment with a couple of new heroes. So there is a lot of preparation that goes into this too, particularly when you're playing the playoffs. Obviously in the qualifiers you can experiment as well once that you have a certain amount of points, and once you know you're gonna make it into the playoffs anyways, you have a little bit more wiggle room to just experiment. But right now you want to make sure that you are getting as quickly as possible towards the grand final. There's no loser bracket run that any of the teams are looking forward to, so yeah, nobody wants that. Camps are still claimed at the top. Darkmog is trying to make a move for those pumpkins, but gets locked down with a Howling Blast pretty quickly. And the attack continues. It's Chen though that falls. Hazops is dead, and Rutsu is now also in trouble and likely gonna fall here. There's no way that he survives. It's just not happening. So it's a double kill for the Akatsuki. 2 kills to 1 and an early level 4. Pretty neat. The armor of the Arc Lich is in for Khaldor. And the mines are opening up in another 30 seconds as we have the bot lane brutalized. Akatsuki are using all the momentum that they can get. You give them a finger, they take the hand. This is what's going on here. A taunt on Benny now at level 4, and bye-bye Arthur. So that Ragdoll gets wrecked and pumped over the fort. So now they have not only taken nearly a level lead, but that is a fantastic start. Can go straight down into the mines, which they do immediately in the attempt to get a couple of skulls together. Started off quite nicely for the blue team. I mean, initially they were getting good stacks for Khaldor, they were getting the first kill, and then all of a sudden the entire game flipped against them. Now, obviously we're not even on level 10 so lots of things can still happen there. But this is them off to a good start. Akatsuki are moving in again. They want to go for Hazel. They want to go for the old man. There's the taunt. Chen is jumping around, and Chen is dead again. They get the counter kill though this time. Stukov gets crushed. He's gone. They're trying for second one. Yasuo is low, Skog is low, Tychus is the first one to die, and then it's Yasuo that bites the dust. But look at Darkmok. Darkmok gets farmed. They want to go for Dainu, and they cannot kill him. Oh, there it is, the kill. Mace to the face as Leo swings for the fences. Ultralisk unleashes that swing and takes Kel'Thuzad down. And as the dust settles, we have 5 kills to 6. Still a leading experience for the Akatsuki, and they are on 51 skulls. Now, if the entire boss down here gets taken by the Saboteurs, they will go for a 50-50 split. But it's not going to be like that. Nah, they're already getting some extra points in for themselves. And this is a very strong first golem for the Akatsuki. Now, obviously, first golem not that powerful just yet. It's all about how the scaling works into the later stages of the game. But again, you can do probably some damage with this. I mean, this is at the end of the day 79 to 21 skulls that we're talking about. So, definitely doable. Can maybe take down the top fort, for example. So there are a couple of opportunities that they have for this. 18 stacks also for Kel'Thuzad on his baseline. Once he is done with that quest, that's going to be a lot of extra damage for him, obviously. So, yeah. Already has the glacial spike here. It is using it, and they're going to get a kill out of it. Sonya is gone. Few more stacks for Kel'Thuzad. Yeah, I can also stack it up a bit further even here, and that will eventually then help him to get this initial spell power, or well, not initial, but this big spell power increase that he's going to get. But for now, they gotta defend at the bottom of the map, and well, this is unlikely saving them the fort. Dainu got killed! Dainu got killed! Okay, so he gets technically killed by Tychus, but essentially got killed by the boss. It would be a shame if somebody clipped that moment. It would really be a shame if we would have to watch that again. Oh my god, what is... What's happening? Oh my god, that is totally unintentional. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So Dainu gets hit, Skog comes in and takes the grenade. Oh, unlucky. Up at the top with 7 kills to 6. We now have Kel'Thuzad back to business, but they're losing 2 forts now. And Dainu, talking about losing things, Dainu is lost as well. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why we don't see Kel'Thuzad a whole lot. So Kel'Thuzad is dead again. I mean, at this point you would think that Dainu is getting used to it. This is now the 3rd time that he gets destroyed, and we're only 6 minutes into the game. Both of the forts have been killed too. So, yeah. Level 10 is in, and they're crushing it. They're absolutely crushing it. Right now, the Akatsuki are farming the Saboteurs. They are going in, and they are just smacking them around the map. This is honestly like looking at an adult that is stealing a lollipop from a child. They're just smacking them around here. It's not even a challenge. Kill after kill. With level 10, they can push for the keep. They are going through the Saboteurs like hot butter through cheese in this first game. Now this can change, the dynamic can change once that we have level 10 abilities also for the Saboteurs, but at least right now it's a disaster. Finally a kill, maybe now the opportunity to bring it back. Ult is out, there's Syndragosa as already theorized. The quest nearly completed for Kel'Thuzad. Time to bring it back. It is comeback time, baby. Oh yeah, give me that IGN moment. 6.5 out of 10, I want it. They're coming in with a few more kills. Kel'Thuzad is done with his quest, and now the opportunity to come straight for it. So, there we go. Moving in for the fort at the bottom of the map. Still a reminder that 2 forts have already been destroyed for the blue team, so they're still trailing behind. It doesn't really matter if they are on level 11 right now and got a few kills in. They're still heavily behind. So, as is, they're still trying to make their plays. Once again, the attack against Darkmok. Ah, Dainu. Dainu's getting some momentum here. Look at him. Dainu is starting to now use his abilities to get the team ahead, but he's still suffering from a lack of hit points. And I cannot even count the times that Leo alone has taken him down. So not only does Kel'Thuzad die, but Malfurion died too. The mines are open again, and Tychus is already on it. The rest of the team is spreading through them as well. They're all just trying to get their stuff together. So yep, not too bad. 11 kills to 12. And with this said and done, what we are getting here pretty quickly is a momentum swing for the red team that is going to be very difficult to stop. I mean, for a moment around level 10 it looked like the blue team might have a chance to establish a presence here, but now they need to win some team fights. They need to do it quickly, ideally before level 13 is available, and they pull it off. They take Varian down. Varian just gets murdered, and now they have Stukov in their scopes, and they take him down as well. Quick move for Skok at the top. Goodbye, Tigers. That's a triple kill. So all of a sudden, 3 heroes are down, but there's still a mad amount of skulls in the hands of the Akatsuki. They are at 72. Despite all of the kills that are coming, you want to take that golem right now. 72 to 28. Still gonna be more than a little bit annoying. So at this point, saving your keep is obviously the priority, but it is not going to be easy for them, even with a few skulls that are now getting to have any kind of moon in this. So, yep, as is, 15 kills to 12, 13 to 13 on the levels. At the top, they are going for Hazu. A trap. The old man gets trapped, but the teammates are there. Oh yeah, he brought some friends, and they take Varian out again. Varian is dead once more. Now we got also Chen kecking it up, trying to go for Tigers. I do not think that he's going to be able to block him for long enough to get some value. But then again, with 16 to 12 kills, there is at least a lead now for the Saboteurs on the kill count. In experience, they're still trailing. But it depends on how well they can now defend against this golem up at the top. Because down at the bottom of the map, Rutsu has to defend against siege giants and catapults. He needs to take that out first. And topside, the fight obviously is already moving in. The Akatsuki, they want the keep. The Akatsuki want to take a keep down. And they go for Benny. A kill against Arthas would be a great start. Oh, but he misses the Entomb. Benny is still low, but Tranquility saves the day. But if Darkmog, well, first of all, if Ultralisk is able to hit the Entomb there, I think it's the end of Benny, and then they might be able to pull it off. But defending this is still tricky. Yep, there's another stun. Sindragosa. Rutsu gets attacked. They want the kill. They cannot get him. They can't get him. And Tychus instead is the one that gets targeted and killed. So he's gone. Still the defense against the golem. At the bottom of the map, they keep... Oh, sorry, the fort of the red team is still at half HP. But, yep, they're getting kills here. They're going for another move. They're trying to see if they can maybe also drop Ultralisk here, but they couldn't get that far. 17 kills to 12 now. Despite the fact that they're absolutely on the ropes when it comes to structures, they're doing a fascinating job in team fights. They're way ahead now, and maybe if they can maintain that momentum in battles, in fights, with kills, they can bring this home after all. 37,000 damage right now for Khaldor. And the highest damage dealer on the red team side is Tychus, obviously. I mean, Tychus is sitting at 33,000 damage himself. Now the fort at the bottom of the map is going to get attacked. They're going to try and take at least this one out. But Imperius gets killed. Imperius gets murdered, so he's down. Now they're trying to go for a follow-up kill. Khaldor is doing his best to chip in the damage, and Tranquility was used too. They're trying to go for Leo, they're trying to go for Darkmorg. It's Yasuo that's in real trouble. They want to go for Malfurion and shut the healer down. Benny, he is the one that falls first on the other hand. Ultralisk with another Entomb. No, he doesn't have the cooldown. Could he go for a slow? Not quite. But they are, of course, now pressuring for the keep, and I do not think they can be stopped here. It's the structures that are the problem. The Akatsuki, they're taking way... I mean, again, this is like one keep remaining. And they're even moving now to the top side keep in an attempt to make sure that there's not a single structure outside of the core standing for the Saboteurs anymore. Ultralisk is dead, though. Yeah. Ultralisk is dead. So Ultralisk is gone. But, again, the problem is still the same. You are winning fights, but you're losing the game. It's 18 kills to 14, but they're losing the game because they don't have any structures and they just are losing out on the objective over and over again, at least on the big one. Sonya's already down at the bottom of the map, so now they've taken some pumpkins. They have the 5-man back up on the map. This might be a more even split on the golem, but you're still looking at a situation in which eventually, even if it's a 50-50 golem, they will have to defend. So, yeah. This is not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to come back, but it is going to be tricky. There's catapults pushing for the core, there's catapults pushing for the remaining keep. They need to win more fights, and the Akatsuki are going to be a bit more hesitant in giving them any of these fights. Varian, yeah, okay. Straight walking into 4. Ult is already out. They're trying to isolate Ultralisk. Ultralisk also with the typical Wraithwalk build, so he wants to be in the thick of things. Yeah, Syndragosa gets used in the choke point, but Chen is dead. Now they're having trouble with Dino again, and it seems like he's gonna fall. Khaldor is gone, and this is likely the beginning of the end. The core is already about to lose hit points. Catapults are on it. Now they've lost 3 heroes. They'll only lose more. Now Furion is not making it. Darkmork, at least he dies. But first, this is a full 5-man team wipe. And they can go for the core, technically. I mean, they can go down to the bottom of the map now and go for core. Or at least so I thought, but they're deciding against it. Yeah, Death Timer's Chen is on 10 seconds, so they decide to play it slow and safe. Yeah, I think it would have been... okay, fair enough, they don't have Sonya, but I think there was a chance here to end the game. Now, they go for a massive golem again. Actually, that's not true. They're going for an okayish golem, but that is 56 stacks. That is not nearly as good a position as I thought they would be in after they wiped the entire opponent off the map. Still a great lead in experience, obviously. More than a level. But yeah, they haven't finished this yet. The golem is going to be down at the bottom of the map, so they're going to try and end it with that. They have also a few pumpkins that they can now set en route. No level 20 advantage on the other hand. They're still going to be missing out on that. But here's the chance, here's the opportunity to make a play and see if they can pull this off after all. Yeah, that little trap that they attempted to set up here is not going to work. The banner gave them vision, so yeah, not happening. But off we go. Defending against this, even with just 56 stacks, 56 skulls, is not going to be easy, far from it. It's going to be really tricky. Chen nearly dying here. Syndragosa used again. They need quick kills, and they're getting them. They're getting the quick kills. Leo is down. Now they need a bit more than only Leo, I guess, but here comes a play for Stukov, and Stukov is getting farmed. Imperius died too, on the other hand, and the golem is still on the core. And that bad boy is chunking. Yep, it is hitting, and it's hitting hard. Khaldor is gone. That's your main damage source that now went the way of the Dodo Bird. And now that they lose Arthas too, there's obviously no question anymore what the outcome of game number 1 is. The Akatsuki are gonna take the lead against the Saboteurs. They're gonna claim victory here. They go for Malfurion. It's 23 kills to 21. It's a 16-minute game and we have roughly 45 kills. They're going for Skog, and well, that's the lead. The Akatsuki with the 1-0 against the Saboteurs in the winner bracket final. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Well, game number 2, the lead for the Akatsuki. Infernal Shrines is our second map and the red team has taken the lead. Okay. It's actually a bit of an interesting situation because a lot of the picks that I personally expected to be taken later on in the series were already claimed on the first map, particularly Arthas. Now the strategy was essentially what we talked about. Syndragosa to try and push with the golem. It just backfired massively for the Saboteurs because the Akatsuki shut it down, took control, and specifically Khaldor never really... I mean, he had good damage and he was able to get some kills in, but he never really survived long enough to help the team throughout all the team fights there, and they lost too many structures early on, so it was just tough for them to bring it back. Now that we're heading in game number 2, that also means, on the other hand, that we still have a lot of heroes available that you would normally think would currently be banned out. We have 22 bans, again, just to reiterate that real quickly, and the 10 heroes that were played on the previous map cannot be played again. So it's putting a dent into the hero pool for the players, but it's not going to affect it too much just yet. Akatsuki should be pretty happy, off to a great start here, able to get the lead. And now that we're heading into Infernal Shrines, it was a map choice of the Akatsuki. And you can always argue that they are the ones that have a little bit of momentum going for them. They just came from a winner bracket semi-final where it was an intense series, so they definitely warmed up. The Saboteurs, on the other hand, played their own winner bracket semi-final a bit earlier today and totally crushed it. So they had a lot of time to just like rest, chill, watch the opponent play and prepare for this. But how this is going to play out for them now is a bit of a different question. Now, Hazop's with the Haka as a first pick. Perfect sense for Infernal Shrines, of course. If you want to mirror some of those global aspirations that he has here, Falset is available. Could go for some Muro. There's a few tools that they have. And of course, Abathar is also up. Not necessarily here for the map. We'll see. We've seen Abathar here. But there's other maps where he would probably work a bit better. And we get Uther plus Thrall. Now that's interesting because you can always play Uther as a main tank, and the Akatsuki have actually done that in the previous series that they played. They started with an Uther pick, and then they just dropped another support in, and there is a good chance that they're going to try and do the same thing here again. So it's a little bit like with ETC. When you pick ETC early, he can either function as a main tank or you can play him as a side laner, and Uther works of course in similar fashion. You can play him with a double support Uther main tank, or you can just simply have him as a solo healer. But now that we have Zarya for Rutsu, that's kind of making me happy too. Zarya has been played less than I expected, but Rutsu is really known for his Zarya games and his playstyle, so that he locks in Zarya early and in such an important match for them is kind of awesome. And this is an important map for them, because if they lose now, then they're 0-2 and will have to face off against 3 match points from the Akatsuki. You want to avoid that at all costs. It's not impossible to turn a game around and go for a reverse sweep. We've seen it multiple times. We've seen it particularly in the qualifiers, but it's always tough. It always takes a toll, and it's not easy. So a win here for the blue team would go a long way to make their life easier. And to really also build some momentum for themselves and a bit of confidence with this. Melgan is banned at the front, and they ban Illidan again. It's kind of amusing actually, because Darkmok already has picked a hero, so they're currently banning Illidan, assuming that if there's a chance, the opponent would pick Thrall plus Illidan and then just swap Darkmok over to it. It's really funny to me. I mean, Hazo obviously played in the past a lot with Darkmok. He knows that he likes to play as Illidan, so it's just awesome. I mean, it's great to see Darkmok here in the first place. And well, here we are. We get Malthael and we get Stitches. If you remember the previous match that the Akatsuki played, Stitches was banned out fairly reliably. But now that he is up, Masquerade takes the opportunity and grabs him right away. So yeah, good stuff. We have the final double pick for the blue team. We need a frontliner, and we of course need some support. Well, actually, that's the question. Do we still need supports? After some of the previous games, I'm not so sure anymore. So we get Benny with Tyrael, and we get Deckard Cain. Alright. Tyrael is in the house, and our final pick will go to Skog. We still need some range damage for them. They are playing this indeed with Uther as a solo support, by the way, so there's no shenanigans going on that end. But we still need some range damage so that they can poke properly. They could go for a mage if they just want to have the AoE for shrines. But of course, there's still plenty of options. Only game number 2 in the series, so yeah. They go Gul'dan. They go for a mage. Gul'dan is the choice. Infernal Shrines, guys. Map number 2, Akatsuki against the Saboteurs. Saboteurs with a big 0 on the scoreboard, trying to change it on Infernal Shrines. Hazorps is playing the Haka for the blue team now. We get Benny on Tyrael, Dainu on Cassia, and Yasu is playing Deckard Cain with Rutsu coming in as the final pick for the team, and he has Zarya now at his disposal. Over on the right side of the map, the Akatsuki have taken the lead after game number 1. We see Ultralisk now on Thrall, Banana H on Uther, Masquerade is playing Stitches, so hook into stun into a couple of CC chains from Thrall can definitely work out for them. They have Skog now on Gul'dan and Darkmok on Malthael. Also, stacks for our boy Stitches here with a Hungry for More as his level 1 choice. If they are winning the objective in particular, that gives him some extra globes, and that can very quickly increase the hit point pool of Masquerade to an absolutely absurd amount throughout the game, where it becomes insanely difficult to take him on. But, well, for now. We have down at the bottom of the map a little bit of zoning effort from Deckard Cain specifically. Of course, just the early game shenanigans with Malthael already up at the top, trying to interrupt some of the rotations, as you can see here, always in the attempt to walk away with the first kill of the game. And of course hoping to also hit one of these hooks. Masquerade, he had some great hooks. But does he get the right ones? Does he get the ones that they need here? And Rutsu, as I mentioned, his Zarya is very strong, super powerful. And we get good stacking from Gul'dan too. I mean, damn, look at this. This was only the first fight. We're a minute in, and thanks to that first engage, he was able to get 12 stacks for his Echoed Corruption on level 1. So, yeah, he's looking great on this. The Haka coming in now, and they go for Bad Benny. And Benny is alive and dead. Yep. They try to get the explosion value and they steal the camp away, but Malthael wasn't even here, so essentially this was for some time a 5 versus 4 and they still lost it. Now they get the camp, they trade it for Tyrael, so you might argue that it's worth it, but the camp also is going to get defeated pretty quickly over here in the middle as Darkmook is already making a move for the next one. Yeah, and the fight at the bottom of the map is now focusing on Zarya and they nearly got a kill here, so Rutsu was starting to drop a bit low. Dainu, on the other hand, with the shield that he gets consistently from his supports, is able to chunk down Ultralisk. And here comes a level 4. More Echoed Corruption stacks, sitting at 17. He's fast on this. Skog is doing great job with the progress. But all of the camps are being stolen away by the Saboteurs. So that's obviously the bad news that we have to also mention. They are losing ground in experience and also lane pressure. The Akatsuki are struggling to get some camps together. It's not a big lead in experience yet. I mean, it matters, but both teams are going to try to go for the early level 7 around the first shrine. This is where we're going to have to pay some attention. Camps are, of course, now targeted by the 2 of them, respectively. We have Shamans attacked. Speed Barrier is in for Zarya, and we get Ruby as the choice of Deckard Cain. With Thrall, as usual these days, going for the Frost Wolf pack and trying to get those stacks in. But it's party time. We will see the side laners, particularly, of course, Dehaka with his global sitting on lane in an attempt to get level 7 for the team. Red team can respond in kind, but essentially you want to start moving ahead for the objective and get that first Punisher. Top side, the Haka against Malthael, that battle is still going to get played out. And over here with the lead in stacks, we get the blue team with a bit of an advantage. 15-5, it's not bad. Gul'dan still stacking, more than halfway done now. He has to go for the drain. But they are starting to engage. They're realizing that they won't be able to make it if they are leaving Malthael at the top lane, so they're allowing the blue team to get the early level 7, and they're hoping to just simply use the time with the numbers advantage over here on the shrine to get a kill maybe against Zarya after a decent hook. Stun from Uther, and yep, that's gonna be... no way! Dainu got hooked, Cassia got hooked on Zarya, and that's a kill. And Masquerade, well, Masquerade nearly died, but yeah, Cassia didn't. Look how low they are. Uther is dead, that is... Stitch is gone, now they're losing Gul'dan. Benny went in deep for this, but that's 3 kills to 1. Totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. And they're getting, of course, the objective at the same time. I mean, this is great news for the Saboteurs. As I said, this is an important game for them. It's a really, really crucial game because they want to draw even. They want to be able to fight on eye level in this series with the opponent and not have to win 3 games in a row with constant pressure on them. So taking that early game lead is super important for them right now. They got the lead in kills. We have level 8 on both sides. They are stalling out the objective just a little bit until Benny is back. And now that they're moving in with the Arcane Punisher, there's of course a chance to go for that fort. They miss a level until 10. If they can get that too, that would be even better. But I'm not so sure what they can do with this yet. If they get level 10, it would be crazy good. But they're pushing. They have a 4-man attack, and there's a 4-man defense. Malthael is now moving into... There's actually tons of damage. I mean, the entire wall was pretty much destroyed before this even happened. So them now going for it. Boah, triple stun as well from the Punisher. And they're trying to burn it down swiftly. And I guess they're saving the fort for now, but damn, not for long. The hooks from Masquerade are currently not connecting. Now he is, of course, eventually going to get his level 13 talent that will allow them to throw those hookers out long distance, making them even more crazy. But with this, we are now looking at level 10 in the hands of the blue team. So yes, they're getting value, getting quite a lot of value at this, as they're hoping to use those heroics to get some quick kills in. Maybe even push for that fort in the middle. But yeah, they're not getting too much done yet. It's a small window that they have here, half a level. And they're not in a position where they can do too much with it. I mean, they're going for the camp down at the bottom of the map now, so they're still establishing map control, but they're not able to exploit this as much as I thought they would. I expected them to move at least into the middle and take the fort out, and so far, they haven't done that. Now, the attacks are still happening. They are slowly... Okay, here we go. A little bit later to the party than I expected them to be, but off we go. Sundering is now up though, and there's the hook and the gorge on Zarya. Valkyrie is missing. They're trying to go for it. Sundering is out too. There's the Horrify. Zarya is alive. Divine Shield on Thrall, and the Sanctification got used to. And Zarya still low and gets killed. So yeah, that was a bit iffy. One stack for Malthael, so he was able to get the cooldown reduction with this. The Akatsuki all of a sudden have a bit of an opportunity. They got Kane with the little nados, so he's going to lull it up a little bit, as he's going to go for his own version of the spin to win, I suppose. 17 stacks for Stitches. He's actually going to get a bit more here. So Stitches is now in a situation where he's soon going to get the additional movement speed. Obviously, his level 1 quest already gives him 5% as a default, but at 20 he's going to pick up another 5. So that could definitely help. Yeah, Lulnado is in, and Stitches gets hit by it. Gets fully isolated from the rest of the team, and they're using that chance to go for Gul'dan and drop him. So Gul'dan gone, Masquerade slowed down, Banana H, first of all, is getting murdered. And this is the Saboteurs exploiting the situation completely. Malthael, in the meantime, at the top, gets soloed by Hazu. Was on the camp, gets killed. The Haka is now coming in as they're trying to dive past the fort for Thrall and Stitches. Lulnado is out. Tyrael gets attacked, but Ultralisk misses the Sundering. And now he himself is in trouble, and he has no chance escaping here. Well, does he? Okay, he's gonna fall eventually. There's no way he gets out of this. Nah, seriously? They didn't kill him when they could have, and now he survived. Good on Ultralisk. Never gave up, always believed. Masquerade with another hook here. It's amazing to me that neither Stitches nor Thrall fell. Both of them survived through it. Yeah, that's kind of insane. That's honestly kind of crazy. Like, how are you surviving this? This is ridiculous. They had two heroes that could have gone for Thrall and killed him, and they didn't. They were just like, ah, yeah, he's gonna die anyways. He's good at that. And then he just walked away, got a heal from Uther as Uther came back. And so, yeah, full on the run. Get this movement speed, of course, too. Very nicely done by Ultralisk. Damage output, by the way, we have 26,000 for Cassia, 24,000 for Thrall. And what do you know? The red team is now starting on the objective. They don't have level 13 yet, but they get a hook and gorge. And now they could try and go for Zarya. No, not quite. Malthael is also in trouble. Gets a Divine Shield. And could drop a Last Rites, but there's no proper target yet. Well, the hooks, they still are getting thrown out there. Stitches would love to have his level 13. Once that he gets the hook extension, this is going to be so much easier for him. But he is struggling to get that done. Talking about getting things done, Gul'dan is nearly done with his quest. He's at 38 stacks, so pretty respectable at level 13. And actually he completes it right here, right now. Great job by Scope. The fight on the other hand, Last Rites. Ah, no kill against Benny. Benny survives, gets the Sanctification out. How is this happening? Damn. Half of these fights, it looks like everybody's gonna fall only for another Sanctification, a Divine Shield, or a heal to be thrown in. So, yes, it is Stitches that falls. They're trying to get the counter kill against Hazops now, and they get the Haka. So the fight has not stopped yet. The Haka gone. It's a 4 versus 4. The battle still raging on as Benny's low. Everybody's low. There's another stun against Dino. He's also on the run. Thrall looking for an opportunity to get a wolf connected, to get some chain lightnings out, and they're forcing them back. They are forcing them back and are able to get another lead on the objective. Still a level behind in experience, but if they can at least get the Punisher here, that would go a long way. And it's going to be a Punisher for the red team. Blue team gives up on it. They moved Dino to the bottom of the map already. So they are not fighting for this. They're just saying, alright, screw it. This is going to be okay. We're going to continue this later. Look at Rutsu just waiting for the Punisher to come in. I mean, nothing else. Just chilling this one out. Here comes the Punisher. Since the wall has already been eliminated, I would assume that they are going to be able to take this fort out. Anything else would shock me. Now that they're moving in from the side, though, they get another not so sure about that. I mean, they're really looking for these gorges. The problem is that they are just having a bit of a problem following up on it properly. Here comes a stun already being propped by the Punisher as this bad boy jumps in. Masquerade, Divine Shield, last rites countered by the Sanctification, but the Valkyrie hits Gul'dan, and after Thrall gets killed, the second Orc falls too. So they're going for the double Orc play, drop both of them, level 16 is now ready. These fights are nuts. They're honestly nuts. All over the place, one hit after another. Every time you think somebody dies, he gets saved by a support, by a shield, by anything, and then the fight just quickly turns and goes the other direction. It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. The attacks, they still keep coming. They're starting to go for the next big battle over here. Hoping, of course, to get that fort at the bottom of the map. Stitches is already killed, and now that they're here, they're going for the structure too. It's a mad swing in momentum again. Masquerade and his boys, they've really tried to bring it back with that Punisher that they got at the top lane, and the fight was great. But now the lead in experience is just being widened by the Saboteurs. They're nearly on level 17. That means that they're 1.5 levels ahead of their opponent. And with 2 forts already destroyed, they're just gonna pull further ahead as is. So, yeah, great job now from the Saboteurs. They have a big lead. If they can build on it, this should be a victory for them in this game. We're not quite there yet. We're jumping a little bit ahead on all of this, but they have a massive amount of opportunities right now. And of course, they also still have the Haka, who can move towards the top and ensure that this lane is not going to become a problem for them. Masquerade is also in a bit of a weird spot, because initially he did really well with his stacking on his level 1 quest, but now he is starting to struggle to get a lot of globes together. So the 22 are not bad. That gives him a nice little hit point boost, and of course also some movement speed that he can use whenever he gets a gorge off. But you would love to get a bit more done than that. Push at the bot lane, they're trying to invade over here. With level 16, we got Benediction, we got Pulverize and Alpha Wolf. But as they are going for the cap and are throwing some hooks out, Hazops already knows what's going on here. And Ultralisk is not getting too much success with it. Down at the bot lane, Catapult and Camps are moving in. And in the middle, I was actually thinking for a second that maybe they're just going for the wall and try to destroy it, as they know that the blue team, or sorry, the red team is at the top lane. Instead, they just gave up the cap and said, alright, fair enough. They got the rotation on us. Malthael now down at the bottom here. And now that it's 16 versus 16 talent, this makes the next fight and the next objective so much more important. If they... yeah, well, Stitches gets hit by Valkyrie, but that is of no consequence in that situation. It's about the next objective, really. If they can still fight on 16 talents and win an objective, there is a chance to slowly bring this back. If, on the other hand, the blue team takes it and gets level 20 for their push, then we might even talk game. So, yeah. This is a pretty important situation right now. Level 19 is in, 17 seconds. If you're the red team, you need to make moves. And you need to make them quickly. This is the objective. This is the one that wins or loses you the game. Well, winning the game is maybe the wrong way to phrase it, but that might bring you back into the game or loses you the game. They have to be quick on this. And they're already starting on it. They're taking position. They know the Haka's at the top. They know he's looking for level 20, but the gap is just a bit too wide. So likely Hazu will join the fight after he takes the camp down at the top side. Time will tell. For now, though, it is a lead that they're getting. Horrify is already out. Okay, the Haka is in the mix now. We have 16 versus 16 talents, and Tyrael gets murdered. No sanctification for him. He gets the explosion over here. And they're still going for Stitches. The Divine Shield saving the day. Hazops, alive for now, drags the minion. Bad minion. Drags it over to be killed. But I guess the blue team is now going to give up the objective. I don't think they can win this one anymore. They know they will have level 20 for the defense. And then this happened. Yeah, those are these hooks of death that come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're down 2 heroes. And just like that, a comeback is in the cards. Yes, you have level 20 for defense, but you're still playing a 5 versus 4, and that is going to make it tough. Unless, of course, they kill Darkmog now. Darkmog is getting chased, is getting stunned, licked, and goodbye, Malthael. Yep, Malthael is gone. Perfect response from the Saboteurs. The fort gets destroyed then again, and they will still be able to dominate the map for a bit longer until Zarya is back. And they could try here in the middle to take the wall down, maybe a bit more damage. The synergy that Khaldor now has with the Ruinous Affliction is of course fantastic. And they're even going for the Haka. Can they get the stun? The Haka, isolation, alright. Sundering is out. And he's still trying to go for Skok, and I guess Skok gets a helping hand. Still on the run. Run! Stitches is the one that gets caught. But it's Khaldor that dies first. Just as it seemed that maybe, just maybe, the Akatsuki get back a little bit, they are struggling. Thrall was hoping to get a kill on Tyrael. That didn't happen either. Down at the bottom of the map, though, that Frozen Punisher, holy hell, is doing way more work for the team. Look at that. Rutsu is struggling to keep in play. He might not even succeed, honestly. The fight, on the other hand, in the mid lane, Stitches could try for another hook, is already moving in to close the gap a bit, throws it out, and hits hard. Hits hard, follows up, and they nearly got the kill there. Down at the bottom of the map, yep, barely saving it. Keep is safe for now, but of course, if you win a team fight, you can go through that bot lane, drop the keep, and go for core. It is an insane game. I mean, seriously, it didn't look like it for the longest time. It was really the Saboteurs dominating most of it. But now it is getting a bit crazy here. Level 20 talents on both sides, which gives us Redemption, of course. Master Hooker, Haunt is in, Windrush. And, well, let's see. This is not as clean-cut anymore as it was previously. Essentially, all that Masquerade needs is to land one good hook. So, yeah. That's pretty much all that he needs to do here. Next shrine spawns in the middle. Dehaka still control. I mean, having a global in this situation is obviously glorious. It's absolutely perfect. It allows you to do so much here. More Nados from Deckard Cain. So yeah, he's going to turn this into a hurricane zone as the game continues. Both teams are now waiting for the next objective to be announced. Well, or are they? Because Masquerade will have to use Sanctification, I guess. Lulnado, nice, glorious cleanse. There's nearly a kill, but they miss out on it. And down here, Cassia, big plays, and Gul'dan is dead. So is Uther. Uther will be back, of course, but just Gul'dan losing him is nasty. And we should get the next shrine very, very soon. It was a fantastic hook, and then the cleanse was amazing. That was so good to dodge the Lulnados. So they were isolating the target, and if the Sanctification somehow was interrupted, it would have been a kill on Tyrael, and that would have changed everything. But now it's Gul'dan that's gone, which is really bad news for them. I suppose the good news is that by the time that the objective is up, he's going to be back. So if they don't lose somebody else there, well, why are you looking for trouble? It's a 5 versus 4. Okay, so these hooks are really hitting and they're hitting hard, but at the same time, wait for Gul'dan. How are you going to kill the target anyways? You need a bit more on this. It's going to be the decisive fight though. It's going to be the big fight here. 73,000 damage for Thrall. He's top damage on his team. For Cassia, we got nearly 90,000 damage. There's a chance that she's going to join the 6-digit club in this series. So yes, there's definitely a chance. But now that we're heading for the shrine, it's a 5 versus 5. Dehaka is at the bottom of the map still. He is going to join soonish. But down at the bottom, he's going to try and push for keep. On the other hand, if they are getting this... Hook! Oh, that one was big. Deckard Cain should fall here. There's no way. Sanctification... Holy cow. Sanctification from Bad Benny. If that one doesn't connect, it's again all over. Benny has been playing such a stellar game. His Sancts have been so on point, it's ridiculous. Another hook, this time against the Haka. They're trying for the damage again. Last Rites is still available for them. Deckard Cain is just lulling out a nado after another. And Masquerade, another hook attempt maybe. Yeah, but they're already zoned out. Up at the top, yep, that fort is slowly taking damage. Now at the bottom of the map, the Keep is going to face off against a similar fate. But here in the middle, it's the big fight for the objective, for the Punisher, for potentially even game that is still raging on. Little nados everywhere. Malthael, low and dead. Malthael is gone. Yasu is about to fall. The Divine Shield on Thrall, keeping him alive a bit longer, but there they can't even kill Deckard Cain. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. 3 kills against the red team. It is absolutely insane how every time somebody is about to fall, they are saving him. There's once again a shield from Zarya, a heal from Deckard, a little nado. It doesn't really matter. Now they go for Masquerade. He's dead too, and it is just absolutely nuts. They got the Mortar Punisher, and the Saboteurs are now on their way to victory and glory. They are going to go for core here. They're definitely going to try. I mean, this is incredible. Such good coordination in the team fights from the Saboteurs. It's honestly impressive. Such an amazing performance. They were so crisp and clean with their plays. Even when there was insane chaos reigning in those fights, they kept a cool head, and now they can go for core and tie the series. Tie the best of 5. Super impressive what they're currently doing here. And they deservedly win game number 2. They take him down 18 kills to 6 as we are headed for game number 3 in this best of 5 series. GG. And here we go. Towers of Doom, everybody. Game number 3. So, good news, obviously. We have 4 maps minimum. So, it's already gonna get insane as we're heading into game number 4. But, on top of that, now that we're heading into Towers of Doom, this means that 42 heroes are now banned out. Yeah, the answer to all questions is making also an appearance in Heroes of the Storm. In the Nexus, we get Abathur banned. Towers of Doom as our map. It's the pick of the Saboteurs. That fits, obviously. But I can't even see how this influences the draft now, because we have a couple of heroes that you would normally expect on this map that have been chosen. And I could see Zul again. Zul has been picked already a lot. We have Kerrigan banned now as well, but Zul for rotation between a mid and the top lane is pretty amazing. So he could be played here. In addition to that, Falstad is up if you're looking for global, and Samuro, obviously. He's another one. Now, granted, there's no Raiders here, so Sven isn't playing, but that doesn't mean that you can't play Samuro. But let's see how the Akatsuki are starting things up. I mean, we have first pick coming in now. And we get the birdie. Okay, so Falstad is already here. We are getting some global action. He can assist the top lane a bit. Can gust people out as well. And yeah, very excited for this. Over on the left side, Benny with an early ETC pick. And we get Zeratul. Now, as explained previously, ETC, particularly in the Meta Madness contest, has of course now a bit of a dual role. So you don't have to play him as a main tank. It's a little bit misleading to see Benny pick him. Because yes, Benny can pick ETC, play ETC, play him as a main tank, all good. What they can also do is, though, they just simply pick another main tank and then use ETC as a side laner and use stage dive. That would also give them an opportunity to counteract Falstad a little bit. So kind of keep that in mind. There's a certain flexibility that they have for the pick that they might use here. And given how early they chose him, it can be likely. Now we get Karazim and Artanis for the Akatsuki. Yeah, and again, beefy front lines is what we've seen in most of these games so far. That obviously whittles down also the main tank role very, very quickly. Given that we are getting a 4th map 100% and maybe a 5th map, that is going to play a role then. Samuro getting banned. And okay. Now the big question, of course, what the final ban is for the Akatsuki. What are they worried about? They might even ban a main tank here. Or they're just going to target Dainu, for example. So there's definitely a few options. If they are looking at this and they're thinking, hey, they're not going to play ETC in the main tank role, they could ban the tank out, but they go for Lunara. Bambi gets crushed. And that's the double pick coming in right now for the blue team. I mean, now they have to show their cards a little bit. And I love how they're already starting to very much hesitate here. What is Hazu playing? Is he going to be the one playing ETC later, or are they picking another side laner? And yeah, they actually delay his pick a lot, so they could go for a tank now. They have Tyrande and they have Jaina, so a power slide into a Jaina stun, into a Tyrande stun with Jaina follow-up damage is a possibility. You could also go into a VP plus Ring of Frost. There is so many things all of a sudden that they can do here. They have tons and tons of different plays that they could execute with this. We'll see when the heroic abilities come in what's the game plan, but that is, yeah. So here we go. Kel'Thas and Mei on the other side. So we get Mei, Artanis at the front line, Kel'Thas and Falstad for damage. And Hazops is our final pick. So the question whether or not ETC is going to be played as the main tank is answered in a few seconds. And the answer is, well, nothing just yet. Yeah, nothing out. They're letting time run out. D.Va! Somebody's here to win, apparently. Alright, D.Va, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, our final pick. They added a little bit of Overwatch to the mix too after they saw Mei. I mean, fits each team with an Overwatch hero. Towers of Doom, game number 3 in the best of 5. Let's see which team pulls ahead. The Saboteurs have put a point onto the scoreboard. The series is tied. We are in the winner bracket final and Hazops is playing D.Va. With Yasuo and Tyrande, we have now Dainu on Jaina, Zeratul played by Rutsu, and Bad Benny is playing ETC. Now, Might of the Nerazim build for Zeratul. I guess technically you could still go into Avoid Prison, but it has now become a lot less likely that we're going to get the Ring of Frost combo with Zeratul. It's a tough one to execute anyways, easily disrupted too, so oftentimes we're seeing instead Water Elemental. Darkmog on Artanis, we have Masquerade playing Mei. Kel'Thuzad gets played by Ultralist this time. Skok on Falstad, and Banana H is playing Karazim. So, we're off to the races with Full Metal as a level 1 choice on D.Va. Which team will pull ahead here? Which team is going in and takes the victory in game number 3? I can tell you who takes first blood. It is the Akatsuki. So, first blood for the red team. Already chasing Rutsu down, or at least trying to, at the bottom of the map. And all the way up at the top, still our 1v1 with the Darkmog now on Artanis. Has gone on level 1 straight into the reactive parry. But then, they're already crushing that bot line. Tower down, and they're not even stopping. Minion wave is coming in. The Owl connects, and they are going for the gate too. That rotation is a bit late. Benny could go for a slide here, but against Masquerade, most likely not gonna do too much for them. So, we have, at this point, a great start for the Akatsuki. Nearly taking the entire wall down. Nobody seems to be invading on the pumpkin camps. We have currently Masquerade just sitting in the bush here, flanking or anchoring the play. And now that they have taken their own pumpkins, they're actually starting to make a play here. Hello? Seems like somebody's a bit mad. Yeah, the Akatsuki are angry. They're coming in swinging, and they really want to take some heroes down. They kill D.Va first, so she's gone. They steal the camp, lose Karazim in the process, but hey, totally worth it. Kill for a kill, might even get another one. Benny's in trouble and is already trying to slide down here. Skok, though, gets crushed. Skok gets eliminated. Benny is dead, so is Kel'Thas. It is a bloodbath, an absolute bloodbath. The Akatsuki, they're turning Towers of Doom into a graveyard. Kill after kill. Now they have the early level 4 and they get so many of these pumpkins. Connecting with the bell tower already, dropping the entire thing down to 50% of its HP. So yes, they are starting off strong. We now have also... What is this? Yeah, good ping. What is that pumpkin doing? Where did he come from? Exploring the world. You know, he heard about Lily looking for adventure and he thought, ah, that's for me. I'm gonna roam the world, I'm gonna see what's out there. And then I'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm tired of suiciding. I have a life to live. My life is worth something. And then the blue team came in and reminded the pumpkin real quickly that that's just not true. And killed him. It's a sad story. It's a sad story. I don't know what to tell you. Starts off with a lot of hope, but it's a drama at the end of the day, and yeah, he gets killed. So with that, we now have Ultralis nearly dropping again down at the bottom of the map. He would love nothing more than get some additional stacks for his level 1 so he can survive these fights a little bit easier. But ETC gets hit and killed, so Benny has now gone down for the second time in this one. And, well, actually for the third time if I'm mistaken. Did he die 3 times? Yeah, he died 3 times, of course. So 2 of the altars go over to the Akatsuki. Benny went for the triple early. And that's a slight lead for the red team now, as they are starting to go back for more at the bot lane. Yeah, D.Va trying to come in here. I gotta say that the long-term poke that we're having from Ultralisk in particular is gonna start to become a bit of an issue. The backup pack or the backup battery is now in on level 7 as well. They have the lead in experience. I mean, it's not a massive lead or anything. Don't get me wrong. It's like, what is this? Not even half a level. Maybe just. So, yeah, either way. Oh, that could be a brutal slide. There's a slide, but the CC train is obviously coming. Ultralisk is by now on 9 stacks. It's nothing crazy. He's not having a whole lot. Gravity Lapse then again connects with 2, and Rutsu is dead. Rutsu is gone. There's the D.Va explosion. No kill for them yet. They can just use it for a bit of zoning. And now we have Darkmok with a quick swap against Hazuops. They still want to go for their camp, of course, and they can take it. And I wouldn't be shocked if they again make another move for the opponent's camp as well, which then should result in the bell tower being converted. Yeah, but for now they're actually falling back from this. Ultralisk wants to have a few more globes, so he's now sitting at 11. Good for him. But he needs more if he wants to have his shield and also increase that mana pool a little bit more. But generally, of course, the game is going well for them. They have level 5, they have 5 kills against 3. Over here, D.Va is not really doing too much just yet. Hazuops has gone into hit the Nitrous and rush down. And the single altar gets announced. A little bit of a trap over here with Falstad using the secret weapon to get extra damage in against structures. Oh, nobody has really fallen for it. Down here, though, they're still making a play. D.Va again hit by the Gravity Lapse. Zeratul not here yet, still sitting up at the top. And Banana H wants the channel and might get it. Zeratul is trying to close the gap, not quick enough. So that is 4 more shots fired against the blue team's core, and we're now down to 28 points. Still a half-level lead. Half-level lead that they can run here. Yeah, another swap attempt. Barely missing out. Darmok is playing his usual style. Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Solarite Reaper and the Shield Battery are the choices for him. They're still playing around the pumpkin. E.T. See ya! Benny is dead again. That's the 4th time that they're murdering him now. And here comes the Ice Wall. But can they get a kill? Yep, D.Va is dead as well. Guys, they are farming them. Holy hell. Falstad with a gust, and he hits Tyrande. That is the end of Yasu. He is not going to make it here. He is going to die. Just a matter of time, and they're going to take this bell tower too. 8 kills to 3, and they're crushing it. Game number 2 didn't go their way, but boy are they showing aggression now. The Akatsuki, they are on a crusade here. They are on a tear. They're coming in, they want victory, they're trying to build all of their momentum. Question is simply, are they going to overdo it at some point? But this is a fantastic start for them. So we have again the bunny hop in, already chosen Might of the Nerazim. In addition to that, we even have now the mosh pit ready. So there's a lot of tools that can be used when the red team stacks up too heavily. And ETC is already trying to threaten that from the side. Falstad is not getting anywhere near that. The Zeratul is at the top, so is Artanis, so very likely we're going to see an even exchange. There will be 5 shots fired against 3. And Zeratul is already on it. He might even be able to get the channel and then the interrupt. Yeah, no. No. Timing isn't quite working out. There's an owl coming, though. The owl comes in, and that should give Zeratul enough time. He got interrupted too. What interrupted him? Did he use Orbital Bombardment? Yeah, I guess Artanis used Orbital Bombardment in... sorry, the Suppression Pulse. Wrong hero. Yeah, use the suppression pulse in order to interrupt him. Not really a bad move if you know that's an even exchange. It's not like he burned a big cooldown or anything. So just screwed with him slightly. And now we got the push at the bot lane. Level 13 talents, very, very close. We get Palm, by the way. I mean, damn. Palm for Kerosene. Kerosene with the Palm. Yeah, there's the slide. May gets hit, but the Gust is out. And the quest is completed for Jaina. That's actually pretty big. That's always nice for any Jaina player when you all of a sudden have a nice block available that he can use to dodge out on some of the damage. They're trying to go for May again. Palm might have to be used eventually here. But it's actually wild to me that we see that from Banana Age. We haven't seen Palm in a hot minute or two. So, yeah, dodges everything. We have level 13 now for them, of course. That gives us the Pyromaniacs and also the Templar's Zeal. And still the attempt to take that bell tower back at the bottom of the map as the blue team is just making one play after another. So, yeah, they're going to take this eventually, of course. There's already a lead that we see for the Akatsuki with the 22 points against 33, but they won't be able to hold this forever. There's a lot that can be done here by the blue team in regards to stacking CC chains, getting the Hunter's Mark connected from Tyrande and then burst damage. So this game can be turned around, and they've already shown in previous games that they're always good for a glorious team fight. The coordination on Inferno Shrines in particular was absolutely on point, so if they can do that again, that would be stellar. But here comes the explosion first. D.Va still totally fine. Phoenix got moved in too. It's a single altar that we still have on the map, so everybody is just fighting for it with an even bell tower situation. That's 4 points that you're battling it out for. And ETC trying to come in, but the channel has already happened. Ice Wall is out, gets ice blocked. How does an Ice Wall get ice blocked? Blizzard, are you high? D.Va dead, and maybe even another kill. Can they get more? They go for Toronto, and that nearly was a follow-up. So yeah, it's kind of insane to me that you can ice block an Ice Wall. Ridiculous. Blizzard clearly smoking the cheap stuff here. 9 kills to 3, half-level lead, and of course the attempt to retake that bell tower down at the bottom of the map. So yeah. At the top, Artanis is safeguarding what he can. Zeratul has continuously tried to push the top lane. ETC moving in. I've still not seen a mosh pit from Benny. He's going to set up for one right here. Catches 2 and gets maybe killed. The palm doesn't get triggered and ETC is dead again. Yep, very beefy game here. Tyrande is down. Falset has been eliminated. Now we don't only have beef, but we also got some chicken wings. Another Ice Wall is being executed. I mean, doesn't hit really anything. But, yep, winter is coming apparently. So, 29,000 damage for Falset, 31,000 for Jaina, and level 16 any moment now. And Ultralisk is, of course, going to benefit greatly from that. Kel'Thas is going to be a massive asset as this all continues, because he is in an incredible spot. He has gotten his stacks on his level 1, the quest is completed, he's sitting at 22, we have him now with Ignite, and once they have level 20 and he has Flamethrower, he can always poke them from afar, and already this is a really good game for them. So yeah, it's looking great. Now, Tyrande is obviously channeling up at the top. Down here, they're starting to go in for it, and well, Scorecard's interrupted. The problem is I don't see them taking this position. So now that the bottom has been claimed by the red team, I think they're going to get this all. Yeah, Banana still totally fine here. You can poke this out a little bit, I guess, with Zeratul, but eventually it's going to be channeled. So yeah, another Owl. Skok will have to go back. He needs a heal here. But in the long run, you cannot hold this. It's just not happening. D.Va is, of course, trying to get them even more experience, and now it's 16 to 16. Then again, if you get kills like this, that's a different story. So Artanis getting murdered, that's a very different situation. Now it's a 5 versus 4. All of a sudden, we're talking. Nice bunny hop situation too. So, yeah, good value. Ultralisk. Oh, D.Va. D.Va! Yeah, Hazu is dead. But they channeled the altars. They got the 4 shots fired. It's 14 to 25. And Falstad got killed by Zeratul. So, good job by Rutsu. Yeah, it's a comeback attempt. The Saboteurs they are starting to put some numbers onto the board. 6 kills to 12 doesn't sound like much, but you look at the experience, and it's a very different story, particularly with Rutsu now taking the top bell tower over. Yeah, again, Atan is buying himself a little bit of time as he's trying to defend. Comes in, forces him back out. So far, so good. But they're losing ground here regardless. Eventually, this is gonna get taken. Mei and Jaina are the only ones that haven't died yet. So we're going full ice baby on this one. And it's a double altar phase that comes up next. Double altar down at the bottom of the map that comes in next. And yeah, let's see how far they can go. Experience lead has nearly been negated. We're not quite there yet, but it has nearly been negated for them. So once again, at the bottom of the map, they're trying to go for the bell tower conversion. Hazops is the only one that is close. It's gonna be a 4v4 split anyways. At the top, Zeratul is doing the exact same thing. He's gonna grab it, comes in and might even connect one of the pumpkins, one shot with the core. But obviously the bot lane control is always more important than top lane control because there's more pumpkins down here, and also because access to this altar in particular is gonna get insanely difficult when you're not in possession of a single bell tower at the bot lane. So that said, this could get a bit annoying now for the Saboteurs. And then they kill Mei. So quickly, we can't even catch up on it. These are the moves, by the way, that I talked about earlier. If you have Tyrande with Hunter's Mark and you have those stuns, if you get these quick kills in, then it's just lights out. And they're getting both of the altars now. The Saboteurs are making a big comeback now. It's a huge comeback for them. They're getting a few more shots fired, 14 points to 17. So it's nearly dead even right now. Darkmook is trying to retake up at the top. 19 to 19 in experience. But this is the big problem that you're essentially facing at the end of the day. If you are in a spot where you just don't get that late game momentum and your opponent is always able to get a kill just before the fight starts, then yeah, you're fighting at a numbers disadvantage over and over again. It happened at the top right, when Artanis got just flattened like a pancake, and then now down here at the bottom of the map when Mei got blown out of the waters within seconds. So now Dino's trying to retake at the bottom. Artanis has already done it up at the top. Tyrande's Owl is still spasming out over here. But, well, there we go. So, once again, 4 points to 4, then here comes level 20. Time for the Flamethrower. Flamethrower, Wind Tunnel, and we get the Palm upgrade. Going into the Peaceful Repose. Alright. So. Still wild to me to see Kerosene with the Palm. But let's see if we can trigger a good one here. Earlier didn't work for them. Zeratul wants to kill against Ultralisk. Palm is already being used. Didn't really do anything. Ice Wall. Flame Strikes are there. Mosh Pit. And he gets interrupted by the Gravity Lapse. And Zeratul is immediately back in the team trying to get the damage done here. But now they're struggling. Zeratul didn't get the kill. Is still trying for it once again. But has to be super careful. Seems like Darkmook is going to be the first one to die. Or Benny. Both of them low. And there's the kill. Rutsu is crushing that backline. Zeratul is honestly just shredding them away. He is wielding his hero like a surgeon a scalpel as he is just cutting away pieces in the back. One hero after another put under pressure, and they were always trying to just pin Rutsu down, and they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it, and now they're fighting a 4 versus 5. And Artanis isn't even here yet, so it's essentially a 5 versus 3. Mei survives for a little bit longer and is able to get out of the fight here, but the battle is not done yet because they are still pressuring. There's one altar at the bottom that can still be taken, and the teams are both looking at it now, but it seems to be the blue team that gets another shot fired, and now there's a lead. A lead in points on the core. Falstad tried the Gust and couldn't. Single digits for the Akatsuki. They are falling farther and farther behind here. Yeah, it is getting... I mean, honestly, this comeback is just stellar. And it's Rutsu that has a... Rutsu has such a huge impact on this. His pressure plays against Kelthas in particular is fantastic. And look how quickly now these palms are being thrown out here. I mean, of course, with level 20, you're totally willing to throw them out a little bit faster because you get the cooldown back. But still, they are panicking. Well, not panicking, but they are definitely affected. Rutsu's play is insane. The problem, of course, is if at any point they are able to track him properly and take him down, if just one good gravity lapse, for example, connects and they can take him quickly, then the game falls apart for the blue team. So while they are ahead now, this is still anyone's game to take. Saboteur is in the middle. He's sitting at 111,000 siege, 40,000 hero damage, and is going to come back in a moment. Atanis is trying to see that he can stop them and slow them down a little bit. Yeah, and they're going for the bell tower again at the bottom of the map. Pumpkins are being pushed back in. Jaina's the only one that hasn't died yet. Respect for Dino. Even with Ice Block, that's quite the feat. Yeah, gravity lapse. Oh, talking about Jaina, the curse! The caster curse! The gust! And Jaina gets popped! Jaina is dead just like that. And now they go for Benny again. I said it a second ago. One fight is all they need. Palm is out just to be on the safe side. They were looking for a gust angle. Didn't even have gust. But now we have one altar, and of course they are going to grab one. They can go for the bell tower first, and then the question is simply, can they go for the boss too? I mean, right now you want to build momentum. If you're the Akatsuki, you really want to build momentum in this. So they get the bell tower. The channel is happening. That's 5 shots fired, so now it's 9 points to 9. And, well, that's the opportunity to go for boss and drop them even lower than that. And of course it's being sniffed out by Hazu, but it's not like they can do anything about it. Yeah, the owl is connecting, but they're gonna be dropped down to 5 points on the core. I mean, honestly, at this point, I should just call a winner, and it will be guaranteed that the other team takes it. The caster curses, they're strong today. They're really strong. With great power comes great responsibility. I'm trying to wield it as a responsible person would. But I think that the Akatsuki are winning this. They're taking this 100%. Did I jinx it now? I mean, we'll see. So, a clear win for the Akatsuki from here. A clear victory. I'm calling it. It's undeniable. Benny comes in. Ice Wall is out. Benny goes in. And Benny goes out. ETC! 7 times that he died now. 7 times. Yeah, he's overdoing it a little bit there. He's trying to feed the world. So much beef, it's insane. Look at Falstad. Falstad is a little bit more stingy. He's like, yeah, they got enough beef, they don't need any chicken. They don't need any wings. So, 15 kills to 8. Double altar is up. They're already waiting. Dino is laying the trap early. And Rutsu is retaking at the top. With him retaking, some of the pumpkins have to make it through for them to win with a single altar channel. And, well, some of the pumpkins might actually make it through. Hazorps is getting... yeah. Nah, they're gonna defend this. Alright, so the game might not even be over after the next phase. Jaina is there. He's just waiting. Dino tries to blow somebody up. He's hoping. He's hoping for Falstad, I guess. There we go. Ultraless sees it. Ah, Ultraless got it. Alright, now Dino needs to get the hell out of there. Dino needs to run. There's the palm. It gets triggered. And the Dino is dead. He's gone. 8 kills to 16. And can they go for the double? There's pumpkins at the bottom of the map. Darkmork is low. And Darkmork is dead. Falsa is going to the bot lane. This is game. This is that. Nicely done. It's a victory. We have a lead for the Akatsuki. Called it. And they take the advantage in the best of 5. Game number 4. Alright, boys. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Match point number 1. Right now, 52 heroes are unavailable. 30 have been played. 22 are permabanned. And now we're going straight into our 4th map, which could be the final one for the winner bracket final. Tomb of the Spider Queen has been chosen by the Akatsuki. The Saboteurs are already banning out Ana. And yeah, this can get wild. I'm always happy when we go into a 4-mapper. Game 3 is always fun with 22 pre-bans. It's already getting exciting there. But game number 4 is where we are normally seeing some real sexy picks. And after what happened on one of the previous Tomb of the Spider Queen games, the Saboteurs, they're not taking any risks and they're banning Cho'Gall out. So Cho'Gall gets banned. Karrigan gets banned as well. They don't want Urutsu to have access to him. I mean, Rutsu and his Zeratul on the last map was crazy. He was doing such a good job pressuring Khaldor in particular that it was nearly impossible for that backline to do any damage. So eventually they were starting to turn it around and then won the game, but it was definitely not an easy one. Rexa starts us off, so we got the man with the mask as the first pick. And yeah, let's see what the choices are here. Mephisto is still available, so he will be a good damage dealer for this too. There's some of the off picks that I still would love to see eventually. I mean, Abathur, for example, is always fun when he gets chosen, but I'm not quite sure if this is going to be a pick for now. Mephisto is in, on the other hand, so yes, him and Mal'Ganis, a very strong pick combo on the 1-2 for the Akatsuki. I mean, Mal'Ganis obviously has not that many tanks available any longer, so he is getting picked very quickly. And then on top of that you have Mephisto, which is another really, really strong one. Now, the one thing that I want to see is what happens on the front line now for the Saboteurs. Getting Rexa here is already pretty cool and allows them to use Misha as well as a bit of a meat shield. We get Alexstrasza and we get Phoenix. So yeah, healers are obviously now getting targeted as well. But what is Dartmoor gonna play? Are they, for example, banning out Illidan again? There's also Nazebo that you can pick. We've seen some crazy heroes being chosen for a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you can rotate between the lanes very quickly and try to get your stacks together. Back in the day, Asmodan would reign supreme here in a situation like this. Now you can still rely on a few other heroes, but with Dartmoor on their side, Greymane getting banned, very good ban too. Yeah, they themselves apparently don't want him. And now do the Saboteurs just follow up with another Illidan ban, yes or no? They've been banning him time and time again. Do they allow Dartmoor to potentially pick him, yes or no? It's a debate. They could also target some supports. They could really just like funnel their... Yeah, and they do. They ban Oriel out. Okay, so they are banning some supports away, and this is really starting to limit the tools that Banana H has available to him. They banned Ana, they banned Oriel, and they picked Alexstrasza. You still have some supports, of course, but this is really starting to limit your options quite significantly, and the Akatsuki will have to respond properly to that. But I'm... Ragnaros! Okay, Ragnaros and Mephisto. This immediately... Oh god, I would love if they would go for maybe even a Zebo here now with this. I don't think, though, that they're going to go for a combo with it. But Ragnaros is getting picked for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Whitemane, the choice now for Banana H. There could still be a couple of wild picks, honestly. But what's the double for the blue team? What are they getting now? Tomb of the Spider Queen, the final two picks. We still need something for the front line for Bad Benny. And Rutsu, he has been the X-Factor for the team the entire time, and he will be again. So the choice is Kira, and they take the Zebo. Okay, so Benny on Kira, Rutsu with Nazebo. Quick match draft right there. Full on quick match draft. And Ultralisk? What's the final choice? I'm honestly wondering if they were thinking about getting Nazebo. Stall the game out, take some web weavers down with Ragnaros in his trade, and then get Nazebo stack. And there's Illidan! Yeah, that's something that Dartmoor is going to play 100%. Illidan is in the house, everybody. We're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 4, between the Akatsuki and the Saboteurs. Game number 4, the first match point for the red team as we are heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Rutsu for the Saboteurs with Nazebo, Yasuo and Alexstrasza. Hazops is playing Rexa. We get Phoenix, played by Dino this time. And we have Bad Benny on Kira. So their lineup is definitely a little bit more wonky than what we're seeing on the other side for the red team. We have Ultralisk on Ragnaros, Dartmoor on Illidan, and Masquerade on Mal'Ganis. So triple front line for the team in red, with Skork as the mage damage dealer going into a Skull missile build here. And we get Banana H with Whitemane. Now, obviously, Dartmoor, his Illidan has been banned out time and time again, and that is something that we have to highlight, because he's been an Illidan player since the first hour of this game. I mean, he's been playing Illidan for an eternity, in the days of HGC, before HGC, after HGC, and now he's playing Illidan again. So he knows what he's doing, but he's sometimes also going a little bit too YOLO, and this game will decide what we're getting. but he can stack heavily. And the first thing that happens is Benny is feeding. Tag me when Benny feeds. He's already down, and so is Misha. So yes, the hits, they start coming right there. First kill is in. Illidan is going to try and also stack. He obviously thrives when the map gets opened up a little bit. Currently, that's not the case. But yeah, we'll see once that the forts are down how much Illidan can do as the game progresses. They have a really strong front line just in general. There's obviously the Nazeebo factor that we have to account for too. Nazeebo is going to be able to stack a lot, not only his level 1 but also his baseline. But here comes another kill. They're going for Hazu, and damn, the Akatsuki. With a well-rounded draft, they are starting off strong with 2 kills and can now maybe even take those siege giants away at the bottom of the map. So, yeah, let's see how far this goes. Nazeebo in the late game with Vile Infection is always the dream. I mean, it is an absolute dream if you get him properly stacked and then can just crush the opponent. So they're going to try for exactly that. But in order to make that happen, they need to reach the late game, and they also need to be able to get those stacks together. Darkmork at the top has to be super careful because, yeah, Nazeebo can be a real pain for him, but he dodges out on most of the damage, and it's literally 2 heroes that are going up against him, which means that down at the bottom of the map they're missing. So now we have with the early level 4, a 4-man that is pushing with those siege giants. Illidan is still getting attacked though, and eventually Darkmork has to fall back here. I mean, he can't hold this forever. He's dodging everything. He's dodging spiders, he's dodging Kira, he's all over the place with his evades, but they need to make sure that somebody's assisting them there, or he's going to run out. But he has 9 stacks now for his level 1. Obviously, he's going to try and stack this damage into oblivion as the game continues. In addition to that, we now have him with the Hunter's Onslaught. We're getting the Martyrdom for Whitemane and the Engulfing Flame build for Ragnaros, as he's getting his slow burn in the Blast Wave build. Sorry, Engulfing Flame on level 1, of course. But so far, teams are starting to turn in a little bit, particularly the Saboteurs are doing their due diligence on this. And I always like it when you have a team that turns gems in quickly, just safeguards them, makes sure they're not losing out on anything there too much. Yeah, push at the top again for Ultralisk. He's going to be totally fine there, but they're attempting to go for Nazeebo or Kira, and Benny is about to die again, isn't he? Yeah, Benny gets attacked, survives, and gets murdered. Benny is gone, Banana dropped a little bit low, but now Dino is barely able to warp out there as Illidan has swapped down to the bottom of the map and is now starting to make that play against Rexa. So, Darkmork with 12 gems. At the top, they're still pushing. It's a bit of a lead currently for the Akatsuki, but the turn-in is now slowly starting to happen. They don't have enough gems yet, but they are getting there. 27 turned in, delivering another 10, 37. If Darkmork is able to turn in now, then they pretty much have it. So, yeah. Darkmork turning in would give them the first Webweaver wave, but there's also plenty of gems in the hands of the Saboteurs, so they have an opportunity as well that they could try and use here. But the fights, they keep happening. Alex Straza goes down. They're trying for Masquerade. Misha gone as well. 15 stacks by now for Illidan, and he's actually chasing Hazu up at the bottom of the map. And they're going for Nazeebo, and he is gone. Nazeebo is down. That's the best way to stop his progress a little bit and stop him from stacking. Just kill him. And they're killing everything. Guys, this is 6 kills to 0. The Akatsuki have a much better draft, at least for the early game here. And this is looking fantastic. Depends a little bit on Illidan and how he plays it out. But in the late game, for example, Darkmork should be able to absolutely wreck things. I mean, he's already going from one wave to another in an attempt to stack his level 1. And as he is increasing his auto attacks throughout the game, he's going to become an absolute menace. Gets interrupted once more, but uses the opportunity to go for Dino instantly, and Dino is like that whatsoever. I mean, Illidan is literally just like glued to him. Dino is low and gets the heal, but Darkmork, oh, gets caught. Great play from the Nazeebo, but Darkmork gets out. Dino, on the other hand, nearly kill. He dodged it again. Fucking Darkmork just doesn't die. Instead, Ultralisk goes down, but at least they got the Webweavers. So, yes, Ultralisk is dead. Ragnaros has fallen. This is the first kill that the Saboteurs got. They're still behind in experience, and obviously in 10 seconds, Ragnaros is back to business.
but at the top, Illidan is now sitting with a completed quest on level 1, so he has the 40 auto attack damage. I still want to see what's happening around Illidan because he still hasn't turned in. And this is always a big warning sign for me personally when someone like Darkmok holds 23 gems and just doesn't turn in. I mean, it's not because he didn't try, but he got stopped time and time again. And yeah, if he falls, this is just gonna get nasty. Now they're trying for Dino once more, but Dino's keeping him... Oh, Illidan with a Hunt and Sulfuras for Ragnaros. Big tools that they have right now. Really big tools. Alright, so they're pushing through the middle, they're pushing through the bottom of the map. There's the Durance of Hate already. The level 10 advantage is massive for them right now. But the Dragon Queen is defending. Alexstrasza morphing in. Illidan still down at the bottom of the map. They could try and make a play, and there it is. Sulfuras as a follow-up. Hazu, 22 gems, and they can't kill him. They synced up their ults, and they can't get the kill. Darkmok goes deep, he wants it, and he gets it. Gets the kill. Gems, can they be recovered? Rexa is gone. They don't get the gems. Kira is dead. Skork falls. At least they get a counter kill. But Darkmok is just absolutely farming them. He is literally farming them at this point. He got the double kill here. He has 33 gems. They take down the fort at the bottom of the map. And Hazu lost a ton of them. Yeah, he lost way too many. Darkmok finally able to turn into... What a play, what a situation again from the Akatsuki. They're about to get another wave. They're so close to getting the next wave here, and with Ultralisk delivering the final gem, they get their Web Weavers. And to make matters worse, Illidan is now at the 7.5 minute mark, already at 50 extra damage on his auto attacks. Which is, of course, a ton. So, yeah, good luck with that now. He is going to absolutely start wrecking things as he has a little bit more wiggle room and also holds no gems anymore, so he has a bit more freedom there. The Saboteurs are in real trouble. This is a match where if they lose on Tower and Tomb and Spider Queen, they're dropping into the losers bracket. They can of course still win the tournament, still get to the grand final, but the idea is always to reach the grand final the easy way, making the run through the winner bracket and then chill while everybody else has to play it out in the lower part of the bracket. So over here, the attack in the middle, it should yield another fort. Top side also gets attacked. Here comes Kira, and Benny is instantly in trouble and has to be saved by Alexstrasza. Ragnaros with Sulfuras. They go for Nazebo, but they cannot get a kill. Down at the bottom of the map, Hazu gets pressured, the fort is gone, and Illidan is just going for it. Here comes the Hunt, and he gets an easy kill against Alexstrasza. Nazebo, on the other hand, is alive. I have no idea how Rutsu survived through all of it, but they were even able to kill Illidan now. So great job by Rutsu, able to survive through this. He juked out everything. Bottom keep is at half HP, which is insanity to begin with. All the forts have fallen on the side of the Saboteurs, and they are just getting crushed here. 10 kills to 3. That bottom keep is still getting attacked, and honestly, they even have a chance to go for gold. If they want to sacrifice a hero, they could make that happen, but not so much. Instead, they're all trying to retreat again. Off comes Skork and has to move out. Yasuo himself with a heal, Kira at the top, but look how much ground they lost. They lost an insane amount of ground here with a level 13 talent advantage for the Akatsuki. They exploited that completely. Now it's at least even talents, but still, this is kind of bonkers. 33,000 damage for Ultralisk. He's the top damage right now. We got 32,000 for Phoenix. Look at Kira, though. Kira, again, she just doesn't impress. And look at Illidan. Of course. Why am I even surprised by this? Of course, Darkmok is going for the boss. Let's go. They should sniff that out, though. They should realize that Illidan hasn't been here for a while. They might think that he's down at the bottom of the map going for the Siege Giants because nobody's actually double-checking it. But yeah, he's going to claim this. So Darkmok, if nobody moves up now to take it, then they know now. They know now. They know that the boss is there. The timing might not work out. Yeah, he gets it. The first Web Weaver wave for the Saboteurs, and we have a boss for the red team. They even survive through the attack of Dainu with his ult, the Purification Salvo. Illidan hunts in like a boss. Oh, Darkmok never change. And then Ragnaros comes in with the Sulfuras and gets the hit. Darkmok knows only one way, and that is forward. They kill Dainu, they kill Bad Benny. Both Phoenix and Kira are now gone, and the defense on the Web Weavers is obviously happening as we have level 16 for the team. I mean, the only saving grace potentially is, I guess, Nazebo. If Nazebo makes it to the Viral Infection to level 20, they got a chance of bringing this back with all of the amazing damage that he gets. But yeah, at this pace, that's never going to happen. That's the one thing that I'm honestly worried about the most, because I just don't think that they're going to get to that point. I mean, look how quickly this is all getting crushed right now. They're just doing way too much work here. They're getting camp after camp. They're pulling farther ahead. They have a 2.5 level lead. We have Illidan on 61 stacks, which of course is, to begin with, already massive. Now the next turn-in is getting prepared. They don't have the amount of gems yet that they need for it, but I mean, they're getting closer. And the auto attack that you're getting from Illidan, again, as he is just going to continue this quest. Blades of Azimuth, he is able to leech onto a single target. He is going to crush it. So they're doing a great job. Comeback is not going to be easy for the Saboteurs. But if any of the teams here can pull it off, it's them. That's the other thing. If anybody is able to do it, it's gonna be them. That's essentially what we're looking at right now. Alright. So, as that is now said and done, we have already the push through the middle. 2 more gems and they can go for another set of Web Weavers. But they're using their camp and try to push through this quickly. And Mal'Ganis is setting it up. Here comes Ragnaros. And they are starting to poke. Illidan with a very quick move and a follow-up. This Hunt and Sulfuras combo is just deadly. Ragnaros is dead. Gems are being lost again. They're all getting pushed back. Phoenix is down. We have level 18 versus level 15. They have a 3-level lead at this point, and they're just absolutely destroying this. They could turn in as well, but why would they even retreat now to get to the turn-in point? They can take the keep at the bottom of the map down and the one in the middle. Alexstrasza is gone, and Illidan is just crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. 69 stacks, 70 at this point. One keep is down. Second one is about to fall. What an absolute banger of a game for the Akatsuki. And they sent the Saboteurs packing. Guys, it's actually happening. The Saboteurs, they've been dominating qualifiers. The Akatsuki, one of the top 3 teams for sure here, but they are the ones moving on to the grand final. And the Saboteurs, they will have to fight their way through the losers bracket. They will have to go down into the losers bracket, go for a big chase there if they want to have the rematch. The Akatsuki, they move on to the grand final with a 3-1 victory over the Saboteurs. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.